Okay, seeing people say we have no sound, comment if that got fixed. Again, we are going live on a WMBB's page as well as my Facebook page, but been having some issues with the system we use. All right, we're gonna start this. Hey, there we go. Okay, good morning, Donna. All right, so yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Otherwise, we're just gonna continue to dive into Labor Day weekend forecast. All right, good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Donna. All right, so heat advisory. So it depends on where you are in the country, what temperatures are actually like, what dew points are actually like, different requirements based on where you are to get one. The reason we will likely get one tomorrow is because feels like temperatures will be 105 to 110 degrees. So even if you don't have a heat advisory, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not hot. It's still going to be extremely hot. Temperatures topping off in the mid 90s today, mid 90s into tomorrow, and then for Sunday, it's still the 90s. So heat advisory likely into tomorrow, so keep that in mind if you have outdoor plans, staying extremely hydrated, lots and lots of fluids, things of that nature. And I do want to touch base on vehicle safety in the heat. Obviously, first day of fall was a couple days ago, but we know in Florida it's going to take quite some time for it to feel like fall. We are still experiencing air temperature that is at 90 degrees or higher almost every single day, regardless of if you live inland or even if you live along the coast, which is typically just a couple degrees cooler than inland spots because of the afternoon sea breeze helping to cool us off. All right, so I wanted to show you this graphic. This is data that is for air temperature at 90 degrees. Keep in mind, it's going to be the mid 90s heading into this afternoon and into tomorrow. All right, so this is why we always say you have to double check with pets, even if you're running in really quickly to run an errand. Some people are thinking, I'll be right back. You cannot leave pets inside vehicles in this high of heat. With temperatures this high, after 10 minutes, the interior car temperature is shy of 110 degrees. So never leaving kids in the vehicle, never leaving pets in the vehicle, even if you think you're going to be gone just for a couple minutes. So it takes a very short amount of time for that interior of that car to be a temperature that can potentially become deadly. After 20 minutes, you're up to 120 degrees inside that car, and so forth. All right, so you can see how it's a rapid warm up. Obviously, as we head into Labor Day, things are going to be a little bit busier. Obviously, this is kind of that classic end of tourist season, at least for Northwest Florida. Please, please, please watch for that. So watch for the heat. It's going to be extremely, extremely hot the next 48 hours, and that's kind of the focus for Labor Day weekend. All right, why is it so hot? Well, we are still dealing with high pressure, that StatRad loop we're looking at this morning. You can still see that in the picture really starting to break down heading into the overnight hours tonight for Saturday. By Sunday, high pressure really isn't the story anymore. High pressure, as it sits over us, that's really sometimes referred to as a heat dome. When you imagine high pressure, kind of imagine a suppression of the atmosphere. So it pushes down on an area. We don't allow for widespread shower activity, and even with this approaching cold front, a lot of people getting excited. It is this time of year where we do anticipate more and more cold fronts finally not only getting close to our area, but actually able to pull through our area. Unfortunately, they are also still pretty weak this time of year for our area. So, first cold snap of the season, lots of cold weather lovers out there. Not going to be anytime soon. So we still have a couple more weeks where it's just going to be not a lot of relief from the heat. So yes, you may have heard that there's the first big cold snap of the season for so much of the country next week. So we're looking at that cold front. So it's the first time we're really, obviously Pikes Peak, Colorado, places like that, seeing kind of their first measurable snowfall. Very exciting for them. But for us here in the Panhandle, we do not get in on any of that action. So if you hear, first big cold snap next week, that's mainly for the Midwest, Pacific Northwest, places like that. So cold front does come through overnight tonight. don't get too excited. We're talking really about, you probably won't even notice. It's going to be briefly breezy, perhaps. You'll also notice there's not a lot of rain associated with that as it comes through. So overall, that cold front, for our purposes, is rather non-existent. So because of that, we really pay little attention to that, and it's still going to be hot. It doesn't, we do get into the end of fall, winter, where we start seeing those cold fronts come through that are actually significant, and you notice a dew point difference, a temperature difference. It feels lovely. It feels much more tolerable. But then there's people that love the sunshine, and that's why they live here. So regardless of if you're looking forward to that type of weather, or you don't need the relief from the heat, it's going to be a while until we get that. All right, as you see that low pressure system track through the Midwest, and you see that cold front associated with it, this is Monday into Tuesday. That's the cold snap we're talking about. That is the big first real cold snap of this season. However, that cold front will produce a really tight gradient. We mean that temperatures just north of that, after the front passes in the Midwest, there are places in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, early to middle of next week, that are waking up to sub-freezing temperatures in September. So out ahead of that, you're still going to see areas in the deep south, northwest Florida, to Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, still waking up to high dew points. And we know the higher those dew points get, the worse it's feeling. You're still going to have that, and even as that cold front is producing such a drastic, crisp, cool feel early to middle of next week for the Midwest, it's not able to reach us. And so because of that, we are still going to deal with high temperatures. So that's why we're stressing the importance of heat, really, heading into Labor Day. So basically, with this, so we have high pressure right now. That breaks down. Rain chances are going to be on the increase. That's the main difference, and really the only difference. So don't get excited for the 90s leaving us. The 90s don't leave us. So Saturday into Sunday, we have that first week cold front, and then the cold front that the Midwest will take on next week. We don't get in on that. It's cold air being sunken south, but then that boundary weakens. We're still dealing with a very strong, persistent, warm, humid air mass. So it's going to take quite a bit and a couple rounds for that to break down. So as high pressure does break down, though, just locally here, we will see rain chances increase. So that's the main thing. It's been very dry, very, very dry today, very dry into tomorrow. So coastal rain chances for Labor Day weekend, featuring a stray shower, pop of thunderstorm today into tomorrow, with high pressure still kind of lingering. And then as that weak cold front comes through, tries to, rain chances up to 30% by Sunday. It's still going to be nice. And then up to 50%, and then a wet pattern kind of takes hold. So for Tuesday, Wednesday, along coastal spots, up to 60%. Inland areas, we allow the sea breeze to actually do its job and cool us off today into tomorrow. Today we have a calm north breeze, so not only high pressure, but that calm north breeze really is going to keep that sea breeze really, really limited. So for today, tomorrow, lots of sunshine still in the forecast, even inland. The sea breeze doesn't really kick in. And then there you go. After that cold front tries to come through, Sunday you're up to 40%, 50% for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 60%. Every single day here in the 90s for most of the area. So for Labor Day weekend, hopefully you're able to stay kind of cooler. Hopefully you're able to be very hydrated, drinking lots of fluids, things like that. And I wanted to show that graphic one more time with how fast cars can heat up in the heat as well. We'll just go back to that. Feel free to comment what you're up to this weekend. Obviously, expecting that uptick in traffic and things like that. Beaches expected to be pretty busy. A good thing is because it's so calm with high pressure and control, calm winds, which in turn makes for calm beach and boating conditions. So that's the good news. All right, I'm going to leave you with this. So this is what I was talking about. Car safety, never, ever, ever leaving children or pets inside the vehicle. 10 minutes, just 10 minutes in 90-degree air temperature, which is what we'll experience today into tomorrow, Sunday, and Labor Day. the interior of your car is already feeling like 109 degrees after 10 minutes. So even if it's just going to be a quick errand, never ever ever leave pets or children in the car. And then after 20, shy of 120 degrees. And that's for 90 degrees. And we're even going to see temperatures higher than that. So we're actually going to be into the mid 90s heading into tomorrow. All right, I hope you have a safe, wonderful, lovely Labor Day weekend. And of course, you can tune into midday in about 25 minutes or so if you want a more in-depth forecast. The last thing I'll say is stay in the loop with the traffic starting next week. We have kind of that peace of mind right now. There's activity. We're watching off the coast of Africa, but nothing imminent. So for your Labor Day weekend, we are good to go. But again, peak hurricane season is just around the corner. So kind of after Labor Day weekend, start getting in the loop with the tropics again. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. If you have off Monday, I hope you have a great Monday as well. All right, have a good weekend, everyone.